Hello everyone and welcome to the Fitness Entrepreneur Show. Today I'm going to be talking about a really personal subject. I'm going to talk about the things that I would have done differently if I were to start all over again with my fitness business. Now, we're in 2020 and if I was going back in time, I'd be going back over 14 years to back when I first started out, when social media wasn't really a big thing, when online coaching wasn't a big thing. I was one of the first online coaches in the UK to start selling programs online. We used to create Word documents, save them as a PDF, adjust the nutrition, and give them out to our clients. On top of that, I also did supplements. I also did workout plans. I did nutrition talks. I did an absolute ton of stuff, and then migrated into the ebook world, the membership site world, and then the high ticket world. So I want to give you an overall bird's eye view of what I would have done differently in respect to attracting clients, marketing and sales, delivery, systems, and mindset. Now, there's tons of things that I could have shared with you today, but I want to just distill them down into 10 core nuggets. And I think it's really important to share this with you guys because just like you, when I first started in the fitness industry, I struggled with my confidence, my self-esteem. I struggled to build my authority. There was many times where I felt like the world's best kept secret and I just couldn't get my voice heard. I remember when setting up my online coaching business, I specialized in coaching clients that were competing on stage in fitness shows, bodybuilding shows, males and females. And there was many times when these athletes would have a much bigger profile than me. And I was the coach behind the scenes that didn't get the attention that they were getting. But then it didn't take me long to realize that I was the man behind the scenes that everybody wanted to come to. And there was a big differentiation in just entertainment versus trust in the marketplace. On top of that, I've also gone through the process of undercharging for many of my years as a younger coach. And again, that taught me some valuable life lessons about how I see myself and about how others see me and about how that links into overall growth of the business and why you need to adjust your mindset around money and everything else. So what I want to do is really just help you guys learn from my mistakes so that you can make more money, impact, and freedom. And I've got a list of 10 principles that I want to share. Like I said, I could list 100 here. I'm probably going to do another show with these specific points about reflecting on my past and what you can learn. But let's just start with 10. And I'm just going to try and keep this super concise to the point so that you can learn from it. Now, before I go into this, I just want to make you aware that we've got the Online Fitness Business Growth Summit coming up on the 10th of July, Friday, the 10th of July. We were going to call it Conquer the Crisis, the virtual summit, but given the change in circumstances, we're on an ever-changing timetable at the moment. I think it's more relevant to focus on the growth of our businesses rather than protecting, because safe to say everyone's coming out of lockdown. People are overweight, people are depressed, people want to train, and people want to work with you. So we're going to gear this whole event towards how you're going to attract dream clients during the post-lockdown period, where to locate high-paying clients. We're going to look at how you can use the drop in social media engagement. Yes, it's going to go down to your advantage so you can position yourself as the go-to. We're going to look at how you can create an irresistible offer and objection-proof your sales process so that you can deal with all the stuff around furloughing, the next recession, if it's going to come, a potential second wave, and just really the whole pandemic fear of catching COVID. Your sales process is definitely going to have to change. We're also going to look at how you can sharpen your message so that it zigs while your competitor zags. And then we're going to look at the delivery aspect, how we can optimize your online coaching so that you can coach more clients at scale. So that event is going to be on Friday, the 10th of July. Please keep an eye out for the adverts. They're going to be coming out soon and you can click in and grab your ticket. I'll also make you aware on the later podcasts and included in the show notes too. So let's get stuck in to the 10 things that I would have done differently. So first things first is to embrace marketing and sales. When you first start your fitness business, or if you're below 10 to 15K a month, you really need to get good at embracing marketing and sales. You need to acquire the skills to be able to define your target market, go after them and say, hey, here's what I've got, here's what it does, and here's how to get it. You then got to be able to get them over the line, deal with objections, be able to paint a clear future for their path. Why am I talking about marketing and sales and embracing it? That sounds obvious. Well, when you're in the earlier stages, you must become a good marketer. You must become a good salesperson. Because if you're a coach, you're very good at operating within the nitty-gritty of just delivering a service and getting a result with nutrition and training. But when it comes to actually marketing yourself, putting yourself out there, dealing with objections with sales processes, and also involving money in the exchange of cash and people's hard work for your service, you've got to be able to know those skill sets. Now, that slightly changes when you go above the 15 to 20K per month mark. How does it change? Well, you basically have to unlearn those skills and delegate it out to other people. And then you become more of a visionary in the business. So for all of you guys that are under the 15K per month mark, you have to get really good at marketing and sales. And even better nowadays, because there's more people on social media selling the same thing. Back whenever I started, I always thought marketing was sort of like super shady. Sales was sort of evil. And it was just an unfair process of manipulating people. But what you've got to really realize is that if you've got a great product and a great service, it's your duty to get it into the world and sell it to the people that need it. And as a result of that, their value in their life goes up. They begin to love themselves more. They can embrace their bodies, and then they can enjoy life much better. And you are the catalyst that makes that happen. So I cannot stress enough that you must embrace marketing and sales in the earlier years of your fitness business. Once you get over 15K per month for 3 to 4, 5, 6 months in a row, you've got to look at delegating that process out, getting yourself a copywriter, getting yourself somebody to do your Facebook ads, and potentially looking at hiring a sales team, whether you are an online coach selling higher ticket stuff or you are a gym owner. You've got to be able to delegate these processes out, because let's face it, if you're at the sort of 8 to 10K per month mark, you'll know that you can only take on a certain amount of clients. And when you get to that level, you got to start looking at how you can remove yourself. And I know that there's a range of people that listen to this podcast and show that are sort of in that top end bracket, that are just at capacity with clients and can't take on anymore. And then there's also people that are below that don't have many clients and stuff like that. So if you're in the two camps, embrace marketing and sales, acquire the skills, and be able to put yourself out there and sell. If you're over the 15K per month mark, you need to start looking at who can you get on your team to start helping you with the marketing, a media guy, a copywriter, salesperson, all that kind of stuff. So it's different strategies for different people. I know back in my day, I certainly didn't embrace marketing and sales enough and missed a lot of sales because I was worried what people would think. And also as well, when I began to scale, I was doing stuff that I shouldn't have been doing and should have delegated quicker. So if you're above 10 or 15K per month and you're still working on Canva, that's a really good sign that you don't know what you're doing. You got to be able to delegate that stuff, because your time spent doing that kind of stuff is not valuable. Yes, at the earlier stages, it makes sense. But if you're doing 10, 15K plus, you can easily afford a graphic designer to do that and free yourself up to put yourself in a more strategic advantage position. And that's the same for gym owners as well. Number 2, to be great is to be misunderstood. A great quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. When you are really passionate about growing your business, your family won't understand you. Your friends won't understand you. You will want to spend time alone reading and studying and reflecting and journaling and pushing yourself to extremes with your business. People that don't have a business or growth in terms of wealth and leadership and stuff like that, they don't value that stuff, will look at you differently. They will criticize you, they will ridicule you, and they will try to put you off. They will try to distract you. But you have to realize that if you want to be great at what you do, you are going to be misunderstood. And it's having the belief process to know that you're loved and to know that your vision for what you want to do is bigger than the challenges and criticisms of the people that are around you. I remember when I was building my fitness business, everybody thought that I was extreme. Everybody thought that I was insane. There was something wrong with me whenever I was just focused on working and building the beast that I wanted to. But the reality is, all the people that were giving me objections, all the people that were giving me ridicule, including parents, were not in a position to advise me on business. I came from a very middle-class family. I didn't come from a wealthy family. I came from a very normal, average family. Mum was working in healthcare. Dad was a teacher. And, sometimes when you're so extreme and you're wanting to work, it can intimidate other people in your close circle. And again, like I said, my vision was massive for my business. I wanted to help people all around the world improve the quality of their health and learn to love their bodies. And that took a lot of effort. How could I take all my ideas and organize them into a business and a service that was going to help them achieve that? And you're going to make mistakes. You're going to have problems along the way, and you've got to be focused enough to be able to go in and resolve those. So number 3, there's more safety in growing than there is in playing safe. As a fitness entrepreneur, if you're floating around 5 to 10K per month right now, and you don't have a mentor, or you're not pushing yourself out or utilizing any form of paid media or delegation in your business right now, there's probably a good chance that you're just hiding and sticking your head in the sand and thinking, I'm just going to preserve, I'm just going to keep it small, I'm just going to play safe. Please understand that if competition comes along and gets a hold of a mentor or gets a hold of paid ads or something that's going to propel their business forward because they've had a bigger vision than you and they've believed in themselves more than you and they've invested more cash than you to grow their business, because the only way to add value to your business is to put money back into it, you're actually on thin ice. So if you're not investing in yourself, if you're not investing in marketing, investing in mentorship, investing in sales, you're not being able to take the skill acquisition of people that have been there and done that before you and plug it into your business, and you're going slower, which means that you're an open target for competition. I cannot stress that enough. Yes, investing in a mentor, investing in programs and software is going to cost you money, but think about what it's going to do in terms of time, speed, efficiency, impact, revenue. It's going to compound. If you're one of these short-term thinkers that goes, you know what, I'm not going to spend that money because I can hoard that myself and I can spend it on takeaway food or new shoes or fashionable stuff, that's idiocy. If you want to build a 6-figure plus business, you've got to get good at putting money back in and adding value to the business. And the only way to do it is to add value to yourself and add value to the business by investing. Number 4 is life vision and optics. I remember there was a part in my career at the very, very start where I would be very easily influenced by looking at what other people were doing. And I wouldn't get clear on my vision because I was constantly caught up on comparing and seeing people that were doing things better for me and seeing their tactics, seeing their fame, and tailspinning myself into irrelevance. You must, as soon as possible, sit down and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I running this fitness business? Why do I want to grow it to 10K per month? Why do I want to take it to over 6 figures? Ask yourself why behind every single growth move that you make, because that is the glue that's going to make everything stick. If I said to you right now, why are you spending time listening to this podcast, listening to this YouTube show? It's obviously to get better, to sharpen yourself. But the reality is, let's ask a deeper question. Why are you doing that? What is that going to prove, or what is that going to give you? And what have you got to do in order to achieve it? So you're going to have to consume material, content. You're then going to have to implement that. You're then going to have to wait and be patient, see the results, and then refine your actions. You're going to have to do that again and again and again and again. But in short of all this, there are so many fitness business owners that I come across with, that I work with, and I've worked with a lot, that don't have a life vision. They don't know why they're doing this, and the only reason is money. And what happens is when you're just focused on the money, it's volatile. It's up and down. It's up and down. When you're only chasing one metric, one goal. Building a business is the most powerful way to grow yourself as an individual, to grow yourself as a man, to grow yourself as a woman. It is incredibly powerful because it teaches you how to deal with objection. It teaches you how to deal with taking action. It teaches you how to plan. It teaches you how to foresight. And if you don't have a vision for your life and you're not clear on your why, you've got no optics on where to go. If you've got no optics, you're walking around with beer goggles or you're walking around with patches over your eyes. You cannot see. So get really clear on your vision. Why do you want to go there? What are the key performance indicators? If you're going to set a goal, what is the outcome and what is the best case scenario? What is the worst case scenario? Get really clear on that with everything that you do. Your marketing, your sales, your delivery, your mindset. Clearly define what success means for you. Number 5 is investing in a mentor sooner. I'm going to be really straight about this. If somebody's done what you want to do, they know the challenges ahead, they know the risks ahead, and they know the rewards ahead. If you invest time, money, and effort and energy in learning from these individuals, you're going to get to where you want to go faster. It is not going to cost you money. It will cost you money if the person that's supposedly mentoring you is bluffing you and doesn't know what they're doing. And there's a lot of that in the fitness industry. Please bear in mind, there's a lot of charlatans out there that have never had a proper fitness business, and go back to 6 months ago, they were struggling for leads and struggling for income, and they're now mentoring fit pros, right? And they're still running their fitness business at the same time. Sort of says a lot where their focus is. If you're 100% all in one thing, you're committed to it. If you're divided, it's a mess. Put 2 and 2 together, guys. Please understand that there is a lot more to mentorship than just paying someone for advice. They are training your identity. They are pre-warning you of risks. They are giving you wisdom of all the things that they have been through that you are about to go through so that you can handle them better. It is protecting you. It is giving you a better opportunity at growing. And that doesn't just apply to your fitness business. That could apply to any area of life. You know, mindset especially. I regularly invest in mentors every single year. I don't jump from mentor to mentor. I use a mentor until I've got what I've needed. And then I get clear on new goals. And if the same mentor can provide that, I'll work with them continuously. I don't jump from mentor to mentor. The only time that I'll do that is when my goals change significantly or it's a different subject area. You will find that there are a select number of people in the industry and out there that resonate with you on a deep energetic level. Those are the people that you've got to navigate towards. We've had clients that have come to us that have been earning between 3 and 5K a month and now are earning 25K, 30K a month, legit. You probably have seen the screenshots on my Instagram stories. I put them up all the time. Now, when you look at that return on investment month on month, it's extreme. And to think that they got there by asking for help, to think that they got there by learning from someone who made the mistakes before them is proof that they can grow. That's why case studies exist. That's why your clients reach out to you. They reach out to you to learn health and fitness stuff to get towards their goals faster. And the reality is, if you're a coach and you don't have a coach coaching you, then you don't believe in coaching. And also on top of that, you have to bear in mind that you have blind spots. You're looking after a lot of people. You're wanting to grow. You're making a lot of decisions. So why would you not outsource that to somebody who's done it before you and just can go, hey, do this, don't do that. So I cannot stress enough, invest in a mentor sooner rather than later. I wish I would have done that. And I know for a fact that I would have been further ahead from where I am now if I would have invested sooner. But I'm grateful for where I am now and the people that have helped me to get to where I am. And a lot of that has come from implementation, from what I've been taught. It's not just about going to a mentor, sucking up information and not doing anything with it. It's about actively using it and taking action on it. And if you ever are considering working with me and my team privately, please do not hesitate to reach out. Grab me on Instagram. Just drop me a word with the DM scale, or simply go to phil-graham.com and click business and click authority network. Fill in an application form, connect with the team, and see if it's the right thing for you. No big deal if it isn't, but rest assured, we have a track record of helping fitness business owners all around the world. I've lost count of the number now. Double, treble, quadruple their impact, their money, and their freedom without a shadow of doubt. The next thing is delegating quicker. You don't delegate to grow capacity, you delegate to get your time back. When you've got your time back, you can be more visionary in your business and think about your next play. If you're not delegating and you're doing all the stuff like Canva, accounts, and all the other stuff, you're going to get overwhelmed and you're going to associate taking clients on with pain. That's one thing that we help our clients with, is delegate and build great systems and great team to take off all the low value tasks that are holding them back from scaling. You need to get very good with that, especially as you grow. If you're below 5K per month, yep, you may need to do a lot of these tasks yourself until you're able to acquire the finances to pay for a team or to pay to delegate. But please understand and appreciate that you must delegate to lead an inspiring life. Looking back on my life, I wish I would have delegated sooner. Again, it would have freed up more time and allowed me to get to where I wanted to go quicker. Okay. Number 7, get really good at being bored. Get really good at doing all the boring stuff behind the scenes. The boring stuff is putting your messaging out daily, following up on leads, doing sales calls, learning how to sell, overcoming objections, serving clients, dealing with client problems. If a client has a problem, it justifies the need for your business. If clients don't have problems, it doesn't justify the need for your business. So please bear that in mind. When clients complain or clients ask questions, that's the reason why they're with you. Don't get frustrated at clients asking questions. And that's a big, big mindset shift that a lot of trainers need to have, is they get a little bit annoyed at people asking questions. They get annoyed at clients, pinging them, a message in their Facebook group or their email or their True Coach or coaching software. And it can almost seem overwhelming. But guys, please understand, the clients need you. They trust you. They want you. And it's up to you to have the systems and processes in place to have checkpoints when you go in, how you deal with it, the flow. And again, that's something that we teach all our clients, is how do we create a rhythm that's in line with our personal energy, our personal routines, and our family life, so that you go in at the times when you can perform best and ultimately give your clients the best answer to get them out of a hole. Because when you have no structure around that, what tends to happen is you get pulled and dragged everywhere. And I know for a fact, from being one of the first online coaches in the UK, what it really means to give your clients 24-hour service. I can remember back when I first started online coaching, when nobody else was doing it, I was answering emails in the middle of the night, in the morning. The clients controlled me for a large part of time. But it wasn't until I wised up and created dedicated checkpoints, I guarded my energy, guarded what I looked at, and created the systems to deal with all these questions over time. So you must be looking at delegating stuff every single week. You must be looking at being consistent with all the boring activities in your business. The boring activities done well over a long period of time compound massively. Okay? Next, get comfortable with rejection. You're not going to sell everyone. And do not let 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 people on sales calls that say, I can't afford it or I can't do this, define your happiness. If people can't see the value in your program or your service or working with them, despite you really making it overtly clear, then they're not a good fit for your program. And trying to just blackmail people, not blackmail, but push people into your program and making them feel horrible and getting them in there, and then having them in there and causing a ton of issues and a ton of stress, is not really the nicest thing in the world. The worst thing in the world is having somebody in your program that doesn't want to be there. And sometimes with fitness professionals, what I see a lot is they're trying to, beat a dead bush. They're just trying to get somebody into their program for the sale, and they don't actually look at the individual. The people inside your program should be able to afford you. You must be able to help them, and you have to like them. If you don't like them, it's going to turn into a horrible service, and you're going to end up disservicing them, which in turn is going to ruin your reputation and your confidence, because people in your program that shouldn't be there will churn. And there's nothing worse than waking up to a message and saying, hey, first name, look, things are a little bit mad at the moment in my personal life. I don't think I can commit, etc., etc. You guys know how that feels. So don't put those kind of people into your program in the first place. That's why your sales process needs to be tight. And that's something that we're going to be working on at the Online Fitness Business Growth Summit, is how to really tighten up that sales process and make sure that you've got committed clients from the offset. So don't take on everyone. Number 9, run your own race. Comparison is the thief of joy. When you look at somebody else's success and you say to yourself, how can they have that and I don't? And then you minimize yourself, criticize yourself, and fall into the depths of despair. Here's the thing. If you see somebody doing well, realize that you've got every potential to get the same result, provided they're in the same kind of context or same market. They all started with the same results. Every master was once a disaster. You got to weigh up. If somebody's doing something really, really well, study what they do. Have they invested in themselves? How proactive are they? Are they organized? You can guarantee that they're doing things differently than what you're doing. I remember back in the earlier days when I first started getting involved in mentorship and working with higher level individuals and surrounding myself with a higher powered environment, I used to see people that were doing the same thing as me, and didn't know as much as me, but were doing better than me financially. And it used to annoy me. I was like, how can these guys achieve this and I can't? And that I've got the same resources. What's the problem? The biggest differentiator was who? Me. So guys, you have to be able to do the work behind your scenes and run your own race. You're building your own castle. You're building your own fort. So get really clear on what is it that I see in others that I want in myself? What is it that they're doing? What are the action steps? Am I actually doing it? When you map all of this out, you're going to realize that you're actually not doing all of it. And when you map it all out on paper, you got to get clear on what are the 1 or 2 things that I can do today, this week, or install into my routines. And remember what I said earlier, get good at doing the boring stuff. Because if you're not doing the boring stuff behind the scenes day in, day out, it's not going to compound. Things take time. They take time to mature, especially with a business. Same boring activities again and again and again, compounded over time, are going to have a big, big impact. Last but not least, be quick to ask for help. One thing that I struggled with for years. I was a bodybuilder. I was a very well-known, respected coach. I educated people. I had a great business, and I was still scared to ask for help. Why? And this is going to apply more to, it's going to apply to both people below 10K and above 10K. But I think when you're above 10K, there's almost this expectation placed on you that you should know it all, and that, asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's one thing I've definitely seen with guys that are already doing 6 figures in their fitness business, is realizing that when you ask for help, you're doing a service to yourself and you're doing a service to the world and a service to your clients. When you don't ask for help, you're disservicing yourself, giving yourself more work to do, giving yourself more pain, more frustration, and you're also disservicing your clients and also jeopardizing everything that it is that you've built, because one problem tends to spill into another problem. It's like a spider's web. You see a spider in the corner of the room, it then turns into a web. It then turns into a nest, and then they start going all around the room. So understand, nip problems in the bud. If you've got a problem attracting clients, deal with it. If you've got a problem with sales, deal with it. If you've got a problem with delivery, deal with it. If you have a problem with mindset, deal with it. Okay? So those are 10 things. I hope they've been useful. You've probably taken down a ton of notes. I always like giving you guys some straight up value in this. You're either going to have learned new things, you're going to have soundboarded stuff that you're already doing. And just like I said at the start, we've got the Online Fitness Business Growth Summit coming up on the 10th of July. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have trainers from all around the world. I normally run this event twice a year in London. Super Strong Business Live, it's called. If you've been to one of our live events, you'll know exactly what this is about. So stay tuned for the tickets. Take care, and I'll see you soon.